Eclipse Aviation Corporation was one of the first companies to make very light jets. The company has always said that its goal is to change flying in the same way that the personal computer changed the computer industry, by making it cheaper, easier to get, and more efficient on the wings of the personal airplane. A lot of the people who helped start Eclipse worked in the tech business. Eclipse Aviation became a business in Delaware on December 2, 1998. It set up a temporary base in Scottsdale, Arizona, but after a long search, it chose to move to Albuquerque's Double Eagle II Airport in New Mexico, which is a country state with few big businesses. Vern Raburn, who used to work for Microsoft and was CEO of Symantec, started the business. Bill Gates had a lot at stake in the Eclipse project because of Raburn. The first Eclipse 500 that was made flew in 2006, and by the end of 2008, 260 had been made. In 2009, the business started up again as Eclipse Aerospace, and by 2012, 4 more 500s had been built. Eclipse Aerospace's new Eclipse 550 jet has the best speed, economy, and safety in its class. With the ability to fly at altitudes up to 41,000 feet, this aircraft is hundreds of thousands of dollars less expensive than its nearest competitor, and its operating costs are 35% lower than its closest competitor, which is no small feat. In today's video, we will tell you everything you want to know about the new Eclipse 550. History. The Eclipse 550 is a low-wing, twin-engined business jet that was planned and built by Eclipse Aerospace and Sikorsky Aircraft Corporation. It can fly both domestic and international routes. In February 2011, Sikorsky Aircraft Corporation bought a minority stake of Eclipse Aerospace. In the same month, both companies also came to a deal on a service level. The Eclipse 500 business jet is where this plane got its ideas. At the National Business Aviation Association meeting in Las Vegas in October 2011, Eclipse Aerospace showed off the Eclipse 550 for the first time. Eclipse also announced the official launch of the Eclipse International Dealer Organization, along with the news of the new production. Eclipse dealers from more than 30 countries around the world went and signed contracts to buy new Eclipse 550 jets, which will be delivered in 2014. In June 2012, work on the plane began at Eclipse Aerospace's Albuquerque facility in New Mexico. In March 2013, the company got a production certificate from the Federal Aviation Administration. In March 2014, the first payment was sent. Mason Holland, CEO of Eclipse Aerospace, says that the Eclipse 550 is a game changer and the perfect plane for people who want to improve their turbine or piston plane. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and activate the notifications. Don't miss any of our videos about the world of luxury. Design. The Eclipse 550 is a revolutionary, very light jet with a sleek, comfortable shape, competitive performance, and a cutting-edge avionics system. The body of this plane is just as important to its competitive edge as how well it performs. Because the frame is made of only metal, the plane is much lighter than most, which helps it use less fuel. Also, all important joints are physically held together. This includes the skin splices, bulkhead, and spar fuselage attachments. The Eclipse 500 was changed to make the Eclipse 550. Upgraded electronics, better cabin interiors, side-stick controls, advanced microprocessors, synthetic vision, and better vision systems are some of the new features in the Eclipse 550. Bruce Dickinson, non-executive head of Aeris Aviation, which is the only dealer in Europe for the Eclipse, said that he thinks the Eclipse is the only VLJ on the market. Dickinson said that it is basically an airplane ride that lasts 2 hours. It works for 2 hours with just about anything in it. Other supposedly VLJs that weigh a lot more don't fit this description. The Eclipse 550 has technologies and features that other light jets can only dream of. These features make the jet more efficient, which lowers the cost of ownership. It was in August 2013 that Eclipse Aerospace hired Curtiss Wright Controls to provide a flight computer system for the Eclipse 550 plane. The Eclipse 550 house has room for 2 people on a team. The plane has 2 important LCD screens that work well together, a multi-function screen and a navigation screen that shows information about navigation. Mason Holland said, that the Eclipse 550 is a high-performance light jet with the kind of advanced technologies and safety features that are usually only found on much bigger cabin-class business jets and commercial planes. The cabin of the Eclipse 550 is also 3.67 meters long, 1.42 meters wide, and 1.27 meters high. The Eclipse 550 business jet has a large cabin that can fit 6 people in a tandem seat arrangement. It has natural leather seats, iridium phones, LED lights, oxygen-making systems, and Wi-Fi-based entertainment systems in the cabin. Performance. As we already talked about, the Eclipse 550 was made by making changes to the Eclipse 500. The fuselage, engine, and glass cabin of the Eclipse 550 are all the same as those in the Eclipse 500. The Pratt & Whitney PW610F turbofan engine works very well and was made to go from one place to another in a new breed of light and very light jets. The engine is small and light, and its design is simple enough that it has fewer parts than a normal turbofan. This makes it easy to keep and saves money. The PW610F uses the newest technology to provide power that uses very little fuel and produces very little carbon dioxide. It can provide 900 pounds of takeoff speed. There are 742 meters between the plane's takeoff and landing zones, and 850 meters between the two fields. It also performs better than other products in the same price range, making the Eclipse 550 a great choice. This very light jet can fly at an altitude of 41,000 feet and reach a top speed of 374 knots true airspeed. It can compete very well with other very light planes like the Citation Mustang and the Phenom 100. The Eclipse 550 can go as fast as 495 miles per hour. The Eclipse jet can carry a lot more than the Citation Mustang and the Phenom 100. It can hold 636 pounds of cargo with full fuel, while the Citation Mustang and the Phenom 100 can only hold 590 and 580 pounds respectively. With an average burn rate of 55 gallons per hour, it can go 1,122 nautical miles. The Eclipse 550's dual Avio integrated flight management system is a very complex system with a simple goal: to make flying the Eclipse jet safe and simple by cutting down on the number of switches and dials in the cockpit and creating a single, easy-to-use page for each system. The design team at Eclipse has made flying easier by making the tools for the pilots easier to understand. The landing gear on this plane is set up like a trike, with 2 main wheels and a steerable nose wheel. The nose wheel goes into the front body, and the main wheels go into the wing. In a conversation, Mason Holland said, "Our customers asked for the latest technologies, such as autothrottles and a more dynamic pilot interface, and we responded to those requests and are now delivering to ecstatic customers." Cost. The amount you may have to pay up front for an airplane is called its upfront cost. As the number of cycles, length of service, and age of the airplane go down, so does the price of buying this. The Eclipse 550 costs $2 million. There are 2 types of costs to think about when running the Eclipse 550: set costs and variable costs. You have to pay fixed costs no matter what. For example, it doesn't matter if the plane goes or not. Fixed costs stay the same. These costs stay the same no matter how long the plane is in the air. Because of this, the set costs will stay the same whether you fly the plane 100 hours a year or 500 hours a year. $22,160 is about how much it costs to run the Eclipse 550 every year. Costs that change, on the other hand, are directly related to how many hours the plane goes each year. In this case, fuel use is the best example of a cost that changes over time. For private plane flights, fuel is one of the most expensive things to buy. It's clear that the plane will use more fuel the more it flies. Because of this, the unpredictable costs will be 10 times higher if you fly 500 hours a year than if you fly 50 hours a year. As a result, the expected variable cost for private jets is given as a number that is based on hours. For every hour of travel, the plane will cost you this much more. So, the expected variable hourly rate for running the Eclipse 550 is $928. In terms of warranties, the Eclipse 550 now comes with a full 5-year aircraft warranty and a 5-year Eclipse Advantage maintenance package as standard. For the first 5 years or 1,000 flying hours, the Eclipse Advantage program pays for all of an Eclipse jet's regular maintenance checks.